Hey everyone! Welcome to your tracking and follow-up video. I'm Jen Herniak, and I wanted to share with you guys just a little bit of what I do to keep track of people, and to, work my follow-ups, because as they say, fortune is in the follow-ups. It's so true. It is so true. How often is, your message going to reach somebody who's just like, oh my God, I've been dying to hear this, it happens, but it's not the norm. It's not how you're going to attract the most people to, what you're doing. A lot of people are going to say, oh, that's really cool, I like it, but I don't know about right now. Or, they're just gonna have something in their life that maybe this week is bad, maybe next week's better, and they can't really hear your message right now because it's just not the time. Keeping track of people is our number one way to make sure that we stay connected with the people that we're, building new relationships with, and communicating with. So when I started out, I guess I'll start with the why. Like, why do we track? I just explained a little bit of that. We don't want to lose people. Why we do follow-ups? We do follow-ups because our message doesn't hit everybody's ears the first time, and not everybody hears our message. Even if it was to land on their ears, we don't know. We're not always, 100% effective at getting, broadcasting that, what we're doing, our new challenge group, or what is coaching call or something like that. So when we are tracking people, and when we are going through and doing follow-ups, we are going back to people and saying, hey, I remember you. Hey, I'm paying attention. There are so many coaches that can say, I was asked blank number of times. Some of them, it's months. There's challengers that are like, oh my gosh, my coach is so sweet. She never gave up on me. I wasn't ready, and it took me months before I said yes, and I'm so happy that I did. So we do these follow-ups because our purpose is to help people, and that's what it takes to help some people, is to keep, asking and checking in on them and inviting them. Just keep inviting them. I have had several myself in my own business that were just like, no, I don't know. That finally ended up coming around, and I was so thrilled to have the opportunity to work with them. And it's because of follow-up, and because of tracking too, and because I wrote them down as like a person to follow up with in the future. So I'll show you a little bit of what I do, and how I got started. When I first started coaching, I tracked everybody like this. Can you see this list? Every post that I made, because that's the way I roll. Every post I made that had any kind of relationship to my business, I wrote down the date, the time that I posted it. I wrote down everybody that liked it and everybody that commented. And then I tracked who I had sent messages to. I have lots of pages of that. I have since refined my system a little bit, which is really nice. I go through phases where one thing will work for a while and then kind of doesn't work. And I'm kind of a floaty person. I'm not steadfast in one style, but I know people are. And they find the thing and they go with it, and they don't ever switch because they love what they found. So that was one way I was tracking people, and I would be working off of my list. I just wrote out a new list. I kind of do them seasonally, to, I guess, just kind of keep things fresh. It's people that I know, my list of 100, basically, here it is. So, we start out with this is my giant binder. With our list of 100 people, or more. Mine goes on the back. It's filled up on the back too. And these are people that I want to connect with right now. These are people that some of them are on previous follow-up lists and things like that. They're people I want to make sure that my message is getting to in one fashion or another. So I'm communicating with them through, kind of like the form stuff, things like that. Our Hey Girls and stuff. So if there's a message that I have that doesn't reach somebody, like in those days where I was writing down everybody that liked something or whatnot, if they were on my list of 100 and they weren't liking my posts or they weren't commenting on them or something like that, I realized that that was a person I needed to interact with more so that they were seeing my message. Because it wasn't, I know that they're not liking it because they hate my guts and they hate what I'm doing. It's somebody that I know has some kind of connection to fitness or to, having like financial goals or something like that they're looking for a way to reach. So the business opportunity, or somebody that's looking for more time with their family or something. My message just wasn't quite getting to them yet. So I kind of work between those. It's amazing how often I have heard from somebody, thank you for not, thank you for keep doing, thank you for doing this, thank you for asking, which feels really good because, when we look back at stuff and we're thinking like, oh, nobody's seeing this or nobody's responding or nobody's interacting, it's when we go back to this system of like tracking and following up that we really kind of see a little bit better picture of what really people are feeling. Just because somebody doesn't like something on Facebook doesn't mean they didn't see it, and doesn't mean they're not interested. So it's important to keep that, that mindset and just like trust your systems, trust that people are not totally annoyed with you as long as you're not like bombarding them with messages like directed at them, their inbox every day, like, hey, how's it going? Hey, have you thought? Hey. As long as you're not like just overwhelming them with your message that might not be right for them right now. Most people are not annoyed. They're not bothered. They're just, it's not the time for them. So you put them on a future list. You put them on that follow-up list. I know the Misfit Tracker has a follow-up sheet. I do not use it. I just don't. I write it on another piece of paper, or smaller sheets of paper. I have a lot of these pink sheets of paper that go in my calendar, because that's what's working for me right now is my calendar system. I need to visualize people on like a block date format. I can't just look at the number date and transfer it. And it became too much transferring. So I pulled mine, my important follow-ups, like my people that I've been talking with one-on-one that really are like, get me in a month, hit me up here. I put them actually on my calendar as like this date, this person, get in touch with them. And I make sure that week before that they're a person I am interacting with on social media, so that when I do post a bigger message, if I don't connect with them on that one date, like if I send them a message and something's up and they don't respond back to me, that they're still seeing my posts on social media that are directed at, something that they're probably interested in. If I have a new challenge group or a what is coaching call or something like that. So, I think I strayed off my script a little bit. That was kind of my how right now. So I know there's a lot of people that this how doesn't really work for them. They need something more organized. And there's so many trackers out there. There's ones that are on our team page that you can find in the file section. So there's our Misfit Tracker that a lot of you go and download and stuff like that, or your coach sends you a copy of. And that's a really great tool for a lot of people, and it's adorable. And it's adorable. But there's other trackers out there that get more specific about what you're tracking. So like you're specifically tracking coaches because you want to build your team, or you're specifically trying to get new new people in your network, just trying to build your network. So maybe you have a tracker specific for building a network. So you're tracking maybe a free group or an event you're hosting that you're going to invite new people to, or tracking, from specifically a like group or something like that you're trying to grow friendships in, so just ways that you're keeping track of the information of like who this person is, where you met them, what you have in common, like why do you like them? Why might they like you? There's a lot of specific trackers out there, and I will try to put together a little list of some of the ones that I know some of the other gals on the team use. Digital ones, I know that there are spreadsheet people out there that want to put everything in Excel, and they want everything to be this organized online kind of thing, or computer-based system, and there's some really great ones out there for that too. I track things on my phone sometimes just in notes as well. Like I just have lists in a note on my phone that I keep track of, that my phone is always with me. Whose phone isn't with them all the time, right? So if something comes up, I can quickly just jot it down there if I don't have my notebook or a pen. I cannot tell you how often I do not have one of these beautiful pieces of invention here to write something down. I'm like, I can't find a pen. Or I love to have pencils, and then they're broken sometimes. I used to carry a pencil sharpener with me, and I don't anymore because I just don't. So sometimes just having, a way to jot something down outside of pen and paper can be really helpful, because sometimes I don't have pen or paper. So I hope this was helpful. I hope that this sums up some of, the different ways to track, why it's important to track, and, why we do follow-ups, because people are going to hear our message at different times, and it's going to be right for them at different times. And it's our job to keep in touch, and be there to help them. So I hope you guys all have a really great day, and get to track it.